The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect those of Pacific Telestations, our employees, or advertisers.
Half a day. My name's Chris Malafunkshun Barnett. You might know me from radio, TV, stand-up comedy, or even social media. I've got something to say about everything. Sometimes I joke, sometimes I'm serious. But no matter what I do, I'm always Malafunction. Welcome to my show. Members of Guam's gay community are miserable and in need of being saved by Jesus Christ. That's according to the controversial leader of Christian Fellowship Ministries, Pastor Wayman Mitchell. When I asked if he had a message for Guam's large gay community, he told me only Jesus can show them the way.
They're not happy. They're miserable, and Jesus Christ can set them free. We have people from every walk of life that have come to Christ and been transformed. That's really what they long for.
Mitchell, the founder of CFM, which includes Guam's own Victory Chapel and 2,300 other churches in nearly 100 different countries, was on Guam conducting a faith healing at Ipoh Beach. Mitchell drawing his share of controversy. He's been accused of being a Christian cult leader who brainwashes followers. And he's also been the target of several investigative news pieces, including one by Dan Rather. His use of a homophobic slur during a sermon about men who wear earrings raised some eyebrows, but largely escaped national attention.
But I wouldn't wear anything that little faggots are going to wear, because those are things that little faggots put in your ears.
Adrian Davis, a social work intern with Guam's Gay and Lesbian Alliance, is no stranger to the slur.
That's a term that I have dealt with over the past few years that I've been growing up in school. I've been called that, and it's hard. I don't think it's appropriate to be calling people that, but at the same time, maybe sometimes we just need to help educate people.
While Mitchell's remarks may have sparked outrage from LGBTQ groups in the States, here on Guam, Mitchell's comments were met with tolerance and, strangely enough, acceptance.
At the end of the day, it's what people choose to believe.
People have become more accepting, for one, like my father, of the lifestyle, but at the same time, I think comments like that may cause some confusion with people who are already trying to understand us.
And Mitchell says what he preaches may offend some, but the gospel hasn't always been accepted by everyone.
As a matter of fact, Christ was crucified because he was confronting sin.
While Gala reps may disagree with what Mitchell is saying, they say they respect his beliefs, even if they believe those beliefs are wrong.
We just need to understand where people are coming from.
What would your message be to him?
We're not miserable, and we're very happy.
Are you miserable like the pastor says?
No, not at all. I'm actually very happy, thank you.
What else was happy? The atmosphere. Almost festive during the faith healing at Ipoh. A lot more festive than, say, a traditional Catholic Mass. The fact a church like Victory Chapel is expanding on Guam, an island that is 95% Catholic, shows recent scandals in the church are causing some to jump ship and swim in unfamiliar waters. Mitchell says people from different faiths come over to worship at the CFM family of churches, but he believes over the years, Catholics have constituted the largest segment of newcomers to CFM.
A lot of the young people that came in were ex-Catholics. They make very good converts.
Mitchell wasn't always saved. In fact, he was on Guam way before his first church opened its doors here in 1984. He was stationed here in 1954, and he had fond memories of the island as he saw it post-World War II.
I've been on this beach not far from here with 5 or 6 friends, drinking beer, breaking coconuts off the trees and cutting them open with a machete.
Maybe the increase in Victory Chapel's numbers is due to the church's willingness to pound the pavement and shake the tree to find new followers.
In every way possible we can to spread the gospel, we will do it. And we go as far as going out on the street using a bullhorn and telling people about Jesus.
They also go on the offensive, calling out other faiths for being like cults. In this pamphlet, CFM throws shade at pretty much every major church, even going as far as equating chiropractors to witch doctors. Being a cult, That's an accusation many make about Mitchell's churches, which go by different names: Victory Chapel, The Door, or Potter's Square. Mitchell responds by saying CFM churches are not a cult, but they are bound by rules of conduct.
You could call the Army a cult. You could call the Air Force a cult, because they have certain rules. I remember when I was in the military, I joined and they set us down in a hangar and read the rules of war to us. And they said, this is what we expect of you. We own you now.
There were many former and even current Catholics in the crowd at Mitchell's faith healing event. Peter has been with Victory Chapel since 1994. After two of his sisters joined the church back then, at first, he was upset.
I was so mad about it, and I told him, you're Catholic. And the thing about it was I was invited to a Saturday night. It's not even a church. It's they call it way back the arena. It's live music and drama, and there was an invitation for salvation. And the message was, if you want a true change from God, you gotta come down and pray for you. I went down there Saturday night, November 1994. In an instant miracle, God delivered me from the alcohol and the drugs. I went back home, I still have beer and I still have the drugs, but I couldn't smoke, I couldn't drink.